Hey, how's it going everyone? I'm doing something a little bit different today. I've got some footage from a dog bed that I made almost a year ago now for a friend for their little puppy. And I've had the footage. I did put some of it up on Instagram at the time, but I've gone back, found all the footage, and I want to re-edit it now that I've got a bit better at editing and YouTube videos and things like that. So I've left some of the video in real time to get a sense of what it actually takes to build one of these things and get a sense of time and how much time things take. And then I've sped up some other processes as it gets repetitive and sanding and things like that. So just trying something new with it. So enjoy. So first thing, cut up the Tasmanian Oak boards that I had. They were 140 boards by 19, and I'm just using a table saw to cut them all to the right length. With this design, I've gone for a simple square rectangular top, but with the legs you're going to see I've tried something different. I went for a mid-century modern type of look with the feet, and you'll see how I experiment with that. Right now I'm cutting the rebates for that top box part where the dog will sit, and I just cut the rebates using the table saw. It's an easy process to do, easily repeatable, and it keeps your job nice and square. Next up, I'm cutting a housing joint in the bottom of that box for the base to fit in. And I cut it to the same depth and thickness of the piece of board I was using. I just used a piece of MDF. It's going to be well supported, and there's going to be a cushion on top, so I'm not too fussed about the strength or durability of it. The MDF would work perfectly fine for this job here. You'll notice this next board that I'm going to cut the groove into, it's a narrower board. This is the front board where the dog will jump up and over, so I didn't want him to hit his feet on it. So it's a lower board than the other three sides, which will hold him in and hold the cushions in. A little bit of a nice touch, personalizing his name on there, and I think he's going to love it. So this is the start of those mid-century modern type feet on the base of the bed, and I've set the fence to an angle of, I think it was around 10 or 8 degrees to get the angle of the 4 feet, and it's just a repetitive cut with the fence set to that length. There they are there. And I wanted to give it a bit of a tapered look as well, not so square and boxy, so the actual foot part was thinner than the top part. And I've just cut that little section off with the bandsaw, and I'll sand it all up using the linisher. Next, I was cutting some rails to join to those feet. This was just, I think, 45 by 45 square of Tassie oak again, and I had to cut them on that same angle so that the feet angle would match up. And you'll see I've joined those together later on. I've used a domino here, 8mm domino, which is plenty strong to hold those feet to the rails together, and lots of tight bond. It's a really quick and easy joint to use if you can get yourself a domino cutter. gluing these up was the hardest part of the whole project. I made a second dog bed for another friend, and I worked out, instead of having the join there on an angle like you see there, I actually kept it straight and square, which made it a lot easier to glue up. And I've tried a couple ways here, fiddling around with different blocks and using like a pressure fit because I couldn't get square clamps on it really easily. It took about 5 to 10 minutes and I almost was worried about the glue drying. And then I started gluing the top box up, those rebates, with some framing clamps. I brought the base in just to make sure everything was square and fitting nicely, and then took it out. Here I'm just dominoing the stretcher rails to join the two sets of legs together. Similar process, just dominoed them together. I put 4 stretchers across for that support. It's not a big dog, but I don't want him falling through it. And a nice simple glue up with some tight bond and clamps, low stress. Now it's time to unclamp everything and give it all a final sand. I got everything up to about 240 with the Festool sanders, and then applied a finish of linseed oil and tung oil to the job. And this is why I didn't glue the base in at the time when I glued the sides together, because I didn't want the oil finish getting on the black painted MDF. It's just a matter of assembling all the pieces together with screws that weren't going to be seen, and there's our final shot. So thanks for watching. That was actually my entry into Vic from Down Under Woodworks Summer Challenge. I didn't have YouTube at the time, and I just submitted him some photos of what I completed during the summer for his challenge. And now that I'm on YouTube, I've put some other things on there, like James at Fix It Fingers, Wood Jigs 21. So I might go back through the archives and see what other footage I have from projects that were only on Instagram and start uploading them here for everyone to watch. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.